Bam. Here we go. Here I am. Here you are. Here we are. Good to see you guys here. Happy Friday. What? Well, what? It is Friday. I hope that signals the end of your work week and the beginning of your week end. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. I see it's quite populated. I see that it's already active. Let's jam, Latin active. I don't know why that song popped into my head, but when I said active, but it did. You guys remember that song Latin Active by Lighter Shade of Brown? Fucker. That song was the shit. Latin Active. And then what was the other one? Chilling at the park on a Sunday afternoon. Me and the homies just jamming the oldie tunes. Hey, Lighter Shade of Brown, man. If you don't know, you don't know. If you do, what a good time to be alive, huh? Good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. What are we going to be talking about? First of all, the thumbnail, you see it, two of the worst motherfuckers on earth. Am I right? Sloppy Joe and Gavin, bang your wife, Newsom. And the other day, when Sloppy Joe was in San Francisco for the, what do they call it? The APEC, Asian Pacific, some bullshit. Basically a get-together of world perverts and corrupt pieces of garbage. They got together in San Francisco. Remember Gavin Newsom? Or not Gavin Newsom, but London Breed. And I'm sure Gavin Newsom had a hand in it as well. Cleaned up the streets of San Francisco like that overnight. What? Everything was gone. Trash, the grime, homeless people, their tents, the spray paint, the graffiti and all that shit. It was all gone. It's like somebody Thanos snapped and took San Francisco back to a time when it wasn't a festering, gangrenous wound on the taint of California. So while he was there, I think it was the day before yesterday, he said something. He said something that's very telling. He said, first of all, he started out with a damn lie. He said, Gavin Newsom, huh? That's one hell of a governor. What? What did you say? What just came out of your liver-spotted, quivering mouth? Did you say Gavin Newsom was one hell of a governor? I hope your fingers were crossed behind your back. I hope one of your hands was behind your back like this. Because you have to be kidding me. You must be lying. Gavin Newsom is the worst governor California has ever had. By far. It's not even close. Pete Wilson, Jerry Brown, none of them compare to Gavin bang your wife Newsom, that slick-haired, deep, demonic piece of shit. He shares the same blood as Pelosi. What do you expect? Anyway, Sloppy Joe said something very telling. He gave Gavin Newsom his blessing. He basically said he wants the job that I want. You'll see. You'll see. I'll play the video for you. Also, a groom versus an R&B singer at his own wedding. I'll show you that video too. This guy, he's getting married to his wife. Big wedding. Let me write this down real quick before I forget. Hold on. Fucking big old wedding. Had to be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Got all the chandeliers hanging down and hundreds of people. Expensive ass wedding. And he hires this R&B singer. I don't know who the guy is. We'll hear in the video and stuff, but I don't recognize him by looking at him. He pays this R&B singer to come. It's his wife's favorite singer. And he pays the guy to come and sing at her wedding. What a great gift. Think of your favorite singer. Ladies, think of your favorite male singer, or your favorite singer above all might be male. But think of your favorite male singer, and your husband to be, he invites that man to come and sing at your wedding. What a kind gesture. But it takes a turn, because if it worked out perfectly, I wouldn't be talking about it, would I? Crazy shit. You guys, I want you guys to tell me how you would react, and of course, I'll tell you how I would. And New York City needs money. How? You're New York City. New York City? You're New York City. What do you mean you need money? Don't you have money? You're inviting the world. You're inviting the whole planet over for dinner. What do you mean you don't have any money? Where have we seen this before? It was just a few weeks ago. Where have I seen a major American city ran by a person of color who allows things to get out of control? Then they turn to the departments in that city and say, hey, you guys are going to have to tighten your belts because oops. Oh, yeah. The city we were just talking about, the shitty city by the bay, San Francisco. Mayor London Breed is asking all the departments of the city to cut back, some a little bit, some a lot. She's asking the police department, the San Francisco SFPD, she's asking them to cut $20 million from their budget. Well, where's that going to start? Are they going to tell the commissioner to take a pay cut? They're going to tell the chief to take a pay cut. You're going to have to step down. We're going to have to bust you back down to something we can't pay you as much. Don't be ridiculous. Of course, they're not going to ask the big guys to cut their money back. They're going to start with the little guy. They're going to start with the officers who are on the street patrolling, keeping your neighborhood safe. What happened to Officer Johnson? They had to let him go. $20 million from the police department, $26 million from the health department. Wait a minute. You got homeless people overdosing in the streets to the tune of almost 1,000 in this year, and you're going to cut $26 million from the health department? Okay. So New York City needs money. I'm going to tell you how much and why. And of course, there's a California high school. Good job, California. There's a California high school. I believe it's in Fremont. We'll see. And they hoisted the Palestinian flag up the flagpole at their school. Do you think there has ever been a time in history where a Palestinian school hoisted the American flag up their flagpole? Maybe if they set it on fire first. Do you think that's ever happened? I wonder if there's ever been another country, even our allies, maybe on 9/11, maybe. But has there ever been another country who's hoisted our flag in their country to show solidarity or show support for us? You think that's ever happened? And like I said, maybe our allies, maybe the UK, maybe Canada, maybe they did on like 9/11, 9/12. But I wonder if there's ever been another country to hoist a flag, our flag, on their flagpole to show support for us. Spunberry 65 says South Vietnam. That makes sense. We kind of helped them out. But I'm sure it's rare. Pickman says, I watched some footage of San Francisco from 1906, and it looked way better back then. The only thing shitting in the streets back then were horses. That's right. San Francisco looked better right after the 1907 earthquake than it does right now. Old Sweet Dick Malone, he says, Boston loves Palestine, especially Harvard University. Isn't that stupid? Aaron M says Ukraine, of course. Well, I mean, did Ukraine hoist their flag in support of us, or did Ukraine hoist our flag because we paid them to? Well, that's some wild shit. A California high school hoists the Palestinian flag. That is crazy. And if it does happen in the world, I'm sure it's rare. But over here, we can't wait to fucking hoist some other country's flag in support of some shit. And it's a bunch of college kids who don't know shit. Their bones haven't even hardened yet. They're still wet behind the ears. You haven't lived any life. You haven't paid any taxes. You're over here holding your books under your arm. Good morning, professor. You're going to a frat party. Life hasn't said, hey, man, turn around. Here, motherfucker. Life hasn't done that to you yet. Life hasn't sapped you of your optimism. Life hasn't knocked you down and then dumped a shovel full of shit in your mouth yet. So maybe that's why these young people are susceptible to this bullshit. That's why they're gathering by the thousands for a country that would cut their heads off and piss down the hole in your neck. Do you not understand that? Hello, McFly. Hello. You don't understand that? They will Allah Akbar your head right off your shoulders. And you're in the streets. Free Palestine from the ocean to the sea, from the you dumbasses, stopping traffic, closing down the Bay Bridge. You know how stupid you look out there protesting for who? For who? Your killer? If given the chance, your murderer? So stupid. Hey, hop on a plane. Go over there and protest. Protest in the streets of Gaza. Get arm in arm and shoulder to shoulder with your brethren. I know you got the money. You're going to college at Harvard. You're going to college at Stanford and UC Berkeley and SFSU. I know you got the money. Why don't you hit up your disappointed parents and ask them for a one-way ticket to Palestine? Go on, geek. Get over there. Why are you fucking around here? Why are you wasting your time here, blocking traffic, making somebody late to work again? What if there's somebody in traffic who has their wife in the back seat giving birth like an old sitcom? And you're up there, free Palestine, and she's fucking getting placenta on the back seat. Take your bitch ass to Palestine. Go where the trouble is. But they won't, because they're a bunch of idealistic, stupid college students who don't know shit. Since we're talking about it, let's talk about it. Man, I can't wait to show you guys the video of that dude at his wedding. What the? We'd have all kinds of problems. We would have all sorts of problems. So let's see. Fremont High School. Are you? Come on. Come on now. Make sure this will have a picture so you can see it. No, not this one. I want to show you guys. So you have a picture. It's so fucking dumb. What are you doing? It says London school kids walk out to protest war in Gaza. Like they're going to say, hey, guys, Don't worry. Some kids in London walked out of class. We're good. Okay, here we go. Let me share the screen with y'all, so you can check it out. Okay, high school flying Palestinian flag sparks outrage. No shit. And these aren't the high school kids, but these are some protesters in fucking Los Angeles. A public high school in Oakland, California, of course, the Bay Area, is receiving a backlash online after photos circulated of a Palestinian flag flying outside of its building earlier this week. On Tuesday, freelance journalist Zach Haber shared a photo to X of the flag on a flagpole outside of Fremont High School, a 9th to 12th grade school that is part of the Oakland Unified School District. That means it's paid for by your tax dollars. It's unclear who raised the flag or how long it was on the pole, but some ex-users have bashed its display amid tensions in the U.S. over the Israel-Hamas war. Schools and universities across the country, as well as major cities, have been the site of protests since the start of the conflict following Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel. I wonder that when the day is going to come where this is old news and they don't give a fuck. Where are all these people going to go? They're not going to protest forever. They ain't going to change shit. Where are they going to go? How long is it going to take? It's been over a month. Will they make it to December? So here's the school right here who hoisted the Palestinian flag. Fremont High School in Oakland, in the Bay Area. It's right across the bridge from San Francisco, so it's heavily infected. They used to have the mayor. They have some Asian lady now who fucking sucks. But they had Libby Schaaf, another female mayor that they had, who gave the illegals a heads up when ICE was coming to do raids. You believe that shit? Did she send out a mass text message to the citizens of Oakland warning them where there was a DUI checkpoint? Did she let the criminals know, hey, the cops are headed to your house to raid it? No, but they let the illegals know. She hooked up the illegals. They went from one broadish man to another broad. So I think she's Vietnamese or something. She fucking sucks. The Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, responded to the Libs of TikTok's post by writing, "Your daily dose of leftist insanity." The users on X raised concern on allegations that the Palestinian flag took the place of the American flag outside the high school. It should be nowhere near it. No other country's flag should be anywhere near our country's flag or our state flags. Our flags are better. Our flags are better than yours. Keep your filthy other country's flag away from our flag. And I would hope you feel the same. I would hope you wouldn't let America come over or have somebody come and put our American flag anywhere near yours. Should we not have pride in our country? Can we not be nationalists and believe that our country is the best and it shouldn't share the stage with any other? And that goes for these bullshit ass Ku Klux Trans alphabet soup group flags too. They did that shit at the White House. They had the American flag flanked by that bullshit. Don't you ever. And the flag that came near those rainbow flags should be sanitized. Get that shit out of here. This is crazy. This is like some 1960s shit that you would see all these college campuses and stuff, people protesting some war. But at least the war, the Vietnam War, we were involved in it. Now, will we eventually be involved in this war? Probably. But they were protesting a war that we were in. We're not even in this one. We shouldn't even give a shit about this one. Aaron M says, I'd rather see a Palestinian flag versus LG. No, fuck them both. Because they both want our death. They will both want our demise, the demise of this country. The rainbow flag wants our death metaphorically, and the Palestinian flag wants our death literally. So fuck them both. You could take the Palestinian flag and make a butthole out of it, and then roll up the rainbow flag, and you can stick it in there. Fuck them both. This is nonsense. Is in their, I guess in their defense, is the school, was it open on this day? Did you ever see anybody walking around in the picture? Was this a day that the flag or the school was closed? But this is the sentiment of Northern California. Well, I shouldn't say Northern California. Liberal leftist California. I'm sure you could find this down in Southern California as well. And it's unfortunate because you in California, all the crazies, all the shit you see, all the crazy stuff that makes you hate California or want California to secede or have the borders of California lined with dynamite and have us blasted and separated from America to float into the Pacific Ocean. Pastor of Reality says, hi from my deer blind in the mountains of Arkansas. Hey, what's up, man? Make sure you kill something for me, man. Good luck out there. I just don't understand. Well, I understand why, but I don't like the fact that the rest of California gets swept up in this nonsense. Our votes, don't get the proper. Well, in some cases, they probably don't get counted properly. But those of us who are not voting for this nonsense were never heard because we're drowned out by all the crazy fuckers that live on the coast, Hollywood and Silicon Valley. Those are two of the biggest festering, open, maggot-filled wounds in America. Those are the two of the biggest enemies, opponents that we have. Those are two of the biggest adversaries that we have is Hollywood and big tech. And both of those are in the state of California. Now you understand what we're up against. But once you go east, all you have to do, and you don't have to go far, go an hour inland from the coast. It changes completely. Where people work and farm. Farming is huge in California. I guarantee you got something in your refrigerator or in your pantry from California. Guarantee it. And the people who do that, who work on those farms, work hard, and they don't got time for that bullshit. And they don't vote for this bullshit. I wouldn't be mad if California was broken up into 3 different states. We got the population for it. We have the land. We could easily break California up into 3 pieces. We have over 40 million people in California. We have a third of the homeless here. A third of our nation's homeless living in one state. Where you know where all those homeless are? They're on the coast. Whether it be Northern California or Southern California, they are on the coast. When you get into these communities where people are working and they have something to lose, you don't find all these homeless people taking over downtown, being filthy and disgusting and overdosing in the park. Shout out to Tori D. She was my co-host last night on Stop the Fuckery. Make sure you get over to that channel, like and subscribe and share and all that shit. But she said when she was a police officer in San Diego, there was a park where the homeless people took it over and they kept overdosing and dying at the park. How many of us have great childhood memories of the park? Now, granted, back then, the structures and the play equipment was made out of steel. But how many great memories do you have as a kid in the park? If you're a parent, how many great memories do you have with your kids at the park? The park's almost like a rite of passage. As a child in America, you got to go to the park. I got a park right around the corner from my house. There's a big-ass park next to my kid's school, and it has a little water pad in the summertime. But these kids don't have that because the fucking junkies were allowed to take it over and die at the park. So somebody in the city council finally grew some fucking balls and said the homeless people got to go. So they send a city cleanup crew out there. They got the police watching their back, making sure they stay safe, and they clean all that shit up. And guess who was out there? Guess who was out there with the police and the city workers to clean up the homeless encampment so the kids can have their park back and the junkies stop dying on the play structure? Who was out there? A fucking group of protesters who said the homeless people have the right to be there. You can't kick these people out of here. They have the right to die at the park. So there are tons, and I mean tons, of dumbasses who will support and protest for bullshit. And unfortunately, in California, we get swept up in that shit a lot. And we get deservedly so. We do have a bad reputation, but there are a lot of Californians inside California who aren't with the shit. You know how many people I know who fucking hate Gavin Newsom and hate what our state has turned into? And what's even worse is there are a bunch of dumbasses out there that want to export that to the rest of the country. You want President Newsom? Ugh. There are people in this country who want that. And I'm not just talking about the corrupt politicians who are grooming him for this. I'm talking about citizens. Oy vey. Let's celebrate, huh? Celebrate a little generosity in my life. Thank you, Mr. Kojak. Who loves you, baby? Says that's why he was in China. And he, she, Ping came to Cali. Yeah, that wasn't it's for climate change. Bullshit. It's a business move. You're setting the table. You're cultivating relationships. You're positioning yourself for the White House. And he has help. Thank you, Spun Baron, for being a member for 9 months. That's long enough to have a baby. You were here at conception. Now it's birth. Thank you. He says, Newcomb Penguin. Penguin beat polyester hairdo. Doofball. Happy Friday. That's a very kind thing of you to say for him. Say about him. That's a very nice way to put it. Because he's of the devil. He's the devil's personal assistant. White Run Guard, thank you. A member for 6 months. Says, Biden was kind of right. He's one hell of a governor. The worst governor. Yeah, maybe that's how he meant it. But that's not true. He don't know how the fuck he meant it. Somebody was in an earpiece. They got his bell tone was in there, and somebody told him to say that shit. He don't know. He don't know what the hell's going on. J954, thank you for the 556. He says, yo, JG, guess who's in first place in the AFC East? Sunday, we about to power bomb the Raiders, fool. Vatos and Locos can eat shit. Dolphins Super Bowl, bet me. I don't know, man. I don't know, because you guys didn't look too good against the Chiefs. And yeah, you better fuck the Raiders up. They suck. You better curb stomp those fucking dumbasses. You better. You better, fool. If you don't, I'm going to talk shit, eh? Talk shit. Brendan Grislack, I remember. Thanks for the Hamilton. He says, hey, Jericho, watching the live stream with a rare form of the sweet and sour sniffles. I think it's called the flu or something like that. Hey, get better, man. Fluids. My mom's a nurse, and that's what she always told me. Drink fluids. I tell you what my mom told me. Drink fluids. Your mom probably told you that. I'm a Grislack. J954, thank you. He says he's also a member for 9 months. I appreciate it. He says 9 months because fins up, Dolphins for life. All right? If you guys falter and lose to those dumbass homeless Raiders, I want to see you back in here. Have the same energy if they lose. White Run Guard, thank you very much for the $5. He says, cutting budget on an already struggling police force. What could possibly go wrong there? Glad I got the fuck out of California while I still could. Yeah, they're going to do that. They want the San Francisco Police Department to cut $20 million. And you know where they're going to start. DJ John T, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. All the way from Sweden, yeah. Think about what you think about. If you think about it. Remember, for 8 months, thank you very much. So, random question, JG. Was Dick Cheney as evil and powerful as the left says he was? Well, you know, they always put a little extra on it. But yeah, he was definitely a warmongering piece of shit. Yeah, he made a lot of money. Halliburton and a lot of others made billions, if not trillions of dollars. I mean, not one of them, but they all shared billions and trillions of dollars profiting from the war in Iraq. Yeah, and the weapons of mass destruction. That was all bullshit. Saddam Hussein, they should have left his ass in there. That's what they should have done. Because after they took him out, the Middle East went even crazier than it was before. The devil you know is better than the one you don't know. But yeah, they should have left Saddam in there. But Saddam Hussein wasn't going to do shit to us. And the weapons of mass destruction, they weren't even part of the whole 9/11 bullshit. So what was that? Why would Iraq out of nowhere use their weapons of mass destruction? But that was part of the big fucking lie. So is he as bad? Was he as bad as the left says he was? Probably not that bad, but he was bad. He was part of those who helped pull us into a bullshit war that we never should have been in the first place. White Run Guard, thank you again. He says, when I went to the Philippines, they were more patriotic about America than our own citizens. They understand Palestine is extremely anti-gay, right? They don't want to. How do we live in the information age and you don't want information? Now, come June, you know, all of those dumbasses are going to have their rainbow pictures on their profiles, and they're going to be pro this and pro that, and it's just love and leave them alone and all this bullshit. When those very same people you claim to love, you claim to care about, the country you're protesting now would gladly kill the people you're going to be protesting for in June, dumbasses. Tammy G, thank you for the Twomsky girl. She says, hey, Jericho, Mama Grizzlack here. Been a long time. Can you please give a shout out to my daughter, Carrington, who had her 27th birthday this past Wednesday with the Kamala cackle. You're the greatest. Hey, shout out to you. And shout out to your son. Hopefully he feels better. Carrington, that's a rare but pretty name. Happy birthday to you. 27. It's official. You're grown up now. You're all grown up. How does it feel? And you're a Scorpio. Do you guys believe in all that? Like, I'm a Scorpio, my moon rising and all that kind of stuff. Either way, I'm glad you had a great birthday. It looks like you got a good mama in your life. So happy birthday to you. I don't know what I just said. I just spoke Kamala, and if she heard that, I don't know how she would react. But it sounds just like her, right? She's the hyena from Lion King with like the googly eyes and the tongue that was hanging out and shit. That's her. Our cackler in chief. Sister Shirley, thank you. Sister Shirley, a member for 9 months as well. Thank you very much. She says, you're looking good, Jericho. Have a great weekend with much love from Dogbone, Michigan. Dogbone. That sounds like a place where they used to have gunfights. You son bitch, you stole my horse. You meet me at 12 o'clock high noon at Dogbone. Sounds cool. It must be shaped like a dog bone. Imagine that. Because old, like shit that's old, they like named it after what it looked like. Or how names used to be, you were named after what your father did. Shit was very simple. Man, what y'all want to name it? Even though it's not the accent from Michigan, but anyway, go with me. Follow me. What y'all want to name it? Well, hell, man, climb up in that tree and look down and see what you see. All right, man. I'm looking. I look like a dadgum dog bone. Well, fuck, name it dog bone, man. Gotta get out of here and drink some whiskey. You meet me at dog bone. That shit sounds cool as hell. She says dog bone sounds better than Dearborn. Hell yeah, it does. Stay away from Dearborn. So, where do we go next? Oh, let's talk about that man versus the singer at his wedding. Oh boy. Oscar Gonzalez says hobos crack California. That's what if we were naming them now, that's what we would name them. Like San Francisco, they'd be like, man, name this place shithole. Why is that? Because look at it, man. Dadgum shithole. Do that. And that one down there, Los Angeles, no, man, change that name. Just name that place gonorrhea. Gross. Ugh, the filth with all those homeless encampments. Oh, I was in Sacramento the other day on Wednesday, and we were leaving, and we went past that Camp Resolution. So it's at the end. It's on a street, but it's like a bridge. It's at the end of a bridge. So as you're coming over the bridge, you're cresting it. You look to the left if you're going into Sacramento, and you'll see it on your left-hand side. And since you're up, you're elevated, you can look down on the whole thing. And I was there, I don't know, at least 6 months ago or more, maybe I think it was a year. Might even be a year because I think I got a reminder or something on my phone of the video I posted when I was there. And some lady came out, like, oh, why are you filming? So you go over the bridge and you can look at it. You can see the whole thing. It's this enclosed area with a fence. It's probably, I don't know, 50 yards long, maybe 25 or so yards wide. It's not very big, but around the edge of it is where they have their RVs and all that kind of shit parked. And so you look in there and it's fucking disgusting. There's old, dilapidated, junky ass cars. There's garbage everywhere. There's got to be rats and other vermin living in that shit. It's filthy and disgusting. Why would the city allow that? And then the city's not even allowed to go in there. When I was there were people from the city talking to this lady who was like the gatekeeper or some shit. She's the one who came over and talked to me. But these people, these city people in the city vehicles go up to her and they're talking to her, and you see them. You couldn't hear what they were saying, but they're talking and they're like, okay. And they just went and got in their cars and left. So then she saw me and she's like, oh, well, can I ask why you're filming? I was like, I want to know the truth. She's like, oh, you want to hear the truth? Yeah. Talk to me, lady. Tell me the truth. So she starts talking, slurring her words. She's fucking intoxicated. And that's who's in charge of Camp Resolution. That should be called Camp Disillusion. Camp Bullshit. It's filthy. Why would the city allow that? There's nothing better you can use that space for, city of Sacramento? Why do you allow homeless people to take over entire strips of the sidewalk? Why do you allow that? That's public property, so the public should be allowed to use it. Why do they allow the filth and the squalor? I don't understand. Oh, yeah, I do. Money. That's right. I forgot. Because they pay a lot. What was it, $13 billion? I know it was over $10 billion for the budget in Los Angeles to get rid of homeless people. You think they made any strides? Have they made any progress? No. And I did a live stream here where I read the salaries of the top homeless eradication officials, whatever the fuck they were called. I read their salaries on a live. If I made that kind of money, I wouldn't want to stop homelessness either, because that means my $400,000 a year would stop. Yes, I'm not bullshitting. I think I'm lowballing it. I think the top lady made like $400,000. So would you get rid of something if it would cause your $400,000 to go away? No. Stupid ass. Ugh. I'm seeing a video of Angelina Jolie celebrating with her African child she adopted, and she's trying to dance with a bunch of black people. It looks like one of those moments in one of those movies. Like Bill Burr does a bit about this, but you got the school, the kid, the teacher, the white teacher shows up. Hey, fuck you, lady. And then pretty soon, you know, by the end, they're like showing her how to dance and stuff. All those white people, black people get along movies. There's always a scene where the white guy or the black guy's like, no, check this out, man. No, you got to loosen up. Yeah, man. Unbutton that. Yeah, loosen that up. Tuck your shirt. Yeah. Sag your pants a little bit. Yeah. All right, cool. Now you got to feel it. All right. Man, like 1, 2, 1. Yeah, feel it, man. Yeah, you got to groove, man. Yeah, feel the music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got it. There you go. Yeah. And walk with a limp a little bit. It's straighten your leg. Stiffen your leg. Yeah. Now grab your dick. There you go. Say, what's up? What's up? No, man. Say, what's up? That's what it looks like. Let me fucking show you. Why am I telling you about it? Let me show you. So what they call those footloose moments. Where he can't dance at the beginning, but by the end of the motivational montage song that they picked, the guy's fucking Fred Astaire. So this is Angelina Jolie and her daughter. This is her black daughter. Is it one of the Africans she plucked from despair in Somalia? Look at this shit. She's like, oh, wait, where do I go? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a white person. Oh, stupid. Fucking stupid. This feels like Angelina Jolie wanted her daughter to... I'm white and our family's white, but I wanted her to have like a black experience. So we drive to the ghetto every weekend and get her did. And then I wanted her to go to an HBCU, or she went to Spelman. Oh, stop. Whatever. At least the kid had a better life than she would have if she stayed in fucking Africa. Or one of them orphanages. Orphanages, where if you don't get adopted, they probably shoot you. So she definitely had a better life, but ugh. Cringe. Anyway, hold on a second. Let me find the video. Oh, this is so hard to watch. They're teaching how to do the electric slide or what? Get the fuck out of here. Like, I ain't here for no electric slide. Let me see what I've been spending all this damn money on. Didn't come here for the cha-cha slide, all right? Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Come here for that. Let me see your GPA and spend all this damn money. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is so bad. What? Good. There's no music, so I don't gotta worry about no copyright. Here we go. Watch this. This is at a wedding, obviously. Obvi. And this dude paid his wife's favorite R&B singer to perform at their wedding. And here's how she reacted when she saw him. Get out of the way, fool. There we go. Okay, she's happy. All right. You happy? Okay. All right, you're getting a little fucking... You're crying. It's a lot. Okay, she's happy. You know. I can't believe it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Whoa! I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just do? And her husband, with his bitch ass, stands there. And it looks like she's fucking sucking him off. Look like she's down there. Judging by the money that just fell, this isn't America. But that doesn't matter. It's not the point. What? Did you get on your knees and act like that when I proposed to you? No. Okay. Yeah, get the fuck up. Whoa, what? Did you hug him like that when he proposed to you? Or when you walked in, when you guys went to look at all these venues and you picked this big ass fucking expensive place? No? All right. Bitch. Bitch. Oh shit, where's the other motherfucker I'm here for? She ain't even thinking about her husband. Are you fucking kidding me? Huh? Watch her run over to him and fall to her knees. Fall to her knees in front of this other man. Period. I don't give a fuck if this was at Walmart in the parking lot. But bitch, you did it at our wedding. Look at all those people and all those tables and all those centerpieces and those plates and shit. Chandeliers. That place was expensive as hell. I wouldn't care if we got married in the courthouse, bitch. You are going to act like this with another man in front of me, and look at his punk ass just standing there. I would snatch the microphone out of his hand. I would stand up on a table and say, excuse me, everybody, but this fucking wedding is over. What? She's bear hugging this other man in front of her husband on their wedding day at their fucking wedding. You are out of your damn mind. Are you kidding me? Man, get the fuck out of town. There's no way. Thomas Bailey, yeah, her husband got sloppy seconds on his own wedding night. How do you get sloppy seconds on your own wedding night? And you were there for the first guy. You're standing right there. Wow. Wow. You are out of your fucking mind. Just like who was it? I don't remember the actor's name, but in that terrible movie, Street Fighter, where who was it? Dalsum, his character said, "This conclave is over." Man, I'd be up on top of a table like, "Yo, DJ, cut it, cut it. We're out of here. Pack it, but I haven't gotten to eat yet. Grab a to-go box, bitch. The wedding is over." Mr. R&B singer, take you and your security crew and get the fuck out of my sight. Because if I come back in here and you're here, there's going to be all kinds of issues. Get the fuck out of here. You dumbass with the gold-lined fucking Black Panther jacket, get the fuck out of here too. Woman, let's go. We got to talk. We got to look in. Let me Google. Him and my phone. Somebody Google annulment. Somebody Google annulment. Shit. Man. Oh. And that's true, Poe and Paget. Speaking of Paget, shout out to my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Paget, who sends me a birthday card every year. I got a birthday card from her just the other last week. Matter of fact, the cards always get here before my birthday, or like a few days before. I was in her class in 1989, and that woman still sends me a birthday card every year. Great teacher, one of my best teachers, and she was one of the most strict teachers I've ever had. But she's the best. But Poe and Paget says she'll undoubtedly never shut up about it too. It was a highlight of her wedding and probably her life. Oh man! And you know his dumbass stayed with her. Every chance she gets, oh, I come in. Then he came out. I was like, I was singing with him, and I hugged him, and I got on my knees, eye level with his dick in front of my husband. I got down on my knees, got eye level with his penis in front of my husband. I don't know, Careless. I don't know who that R&B singer is, but no R&B singer is that good. No R&B singers that good. Bruh. You see it? You see it? Hell no. And then he helped you up and you just hugged this motherfucker. No way. No way. Quickest wedding in history. Quickest wedding in human history. 32 seconds. It's over. Oh, Leilani Mitchell. Yeah. Miss Paget's the best. And she's good. Fuck. Miss Paget's got to be fucking 80 or something. Because she was like in her 40s when we had her. When I had her in 1989, she had been teaching for 22 years. So, yeah, she was like late 40s then. Damn, Miss Paget's up there. When I write her back, I'm going to ask for her phone number. Because we always send her a thank you card. So when I write her back this time, I'm going to ask for her phone number. Maybe we can call and talk to her. Maybe even FaceTime her. Maybe get a FaceTime in. I haven't laid eyes on that woman since 1989. So it would be really something to FaceTime Miss Paget. Yeah, and Lou David, that would be the right thing to do. Is for her to, what she was supposed to do, what he pictured in his mind, is her dancing with him while this dude sang. That's how it was supposed to be. They were supposed to share a dance, maybe even their first dance as a married couple, while this guy sang. And it should have been told for the rest of their life that so-and-so, my husband, he gave me the best gift. He did something so special for me. I'll always love him for that. Oh my God, he sang to me and I danced with him and I held him. He smells so good. I bet she said, oh girl, he smells so good. Right in front of him. She's going to be telling this story right in front of him. Oh, he smelled so good. He had muscles, girl. And I squeezed him. Oh, and he sang in my ear. I got so wet. And I went home that night and I masturbated in front of so-and-so while I had made him play the song in the background. You might as well have done that, fool. You might as well have blared that song from your honeymoon suite while she grabbed her favorite rubber toy and just fucking blah, 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 while that guy's fucking singing in the background and you're on the bed. Shut up. Might as well. That was the same thing. That was the exact same thing that I saw. That's what I saw. I saw her pleasuring herself in front of her husband to another man. Oops. Zhang Her, thanks for the Twomsky sup from your neighbor. Which neighbor? Was totally embarrassed and ashamed seeing San Francisco transformed into China during Xi's business transaction visit. That's right. You know what Xi Jinping came here for? That's like the Chinese equivalent of like a ghetto black person's name. Like Diavantes Ladartravius Jenkins. Xi Jinping is the Chinese version of that. Anyway, it was a business transaction and it was a surveillance mission. Because I'm sure he showed up to San Francisco and he comes out and him and Gavin Newsom go into the room and they come out and Xi Jinping is, zipping up his pants. Oh, and Gavin Newsom's like, so yeah, we're gonna shut up. Don't talk to me. I told you, don't talk to me after you suck my dick for at least 10 minutes. So, Gavin, which building you going to give me? Do I get this block here or is it down there in the Tenderloin? Which part of the city is mine? Which part of the city have I purchased? He wanted to see his real estate. Oh, very nice. You take page from my book. When they brought the Olympic to China, I was like, hey, clean that up. Take all the crying, starving people and move them somewhere else. We don't want the world to see what really goes on here in China. All right? Moved all the poor people and the filth and the dirty air. You move it somewhere else so nobody can see when they come here for the Olympic. Good job, Gavin. Pat didn't want his head because Gavin, of course, was on his knees next to him like a dog. Good job. You do a good job, Gavin. And Wayne will improve. You were in China a couple of weeks ago. Your dick sucking was like, okay, but you improved it because what you just did to me right now was glorious. I was sitting on the bed and you were giving me head, Gavin Newsom. You sucked the sheets up into my asshole. Something like that. I think. Am I wrong? Did I go too far? You guys tell me if I went too far. In the comment section, put a TF if I went too far. Let me know, because I don't want to go too far. I just want to stick to the truth. Careless. When you're right, you're right. Don't be a cuck like that new husband and hit the like button. That's right, because if you don't hit the like button and tell the algorithm what you want instead of the other way around, you are just like that guy who stood there and watched his wife on herself because of another man right in front of you. Ew. Okay, I got one TF in here. Sister Shirley's only TF. I don't see any more TFs. Let me go look back here and look. No, I don't see any. So, Sister Shirley, you're the only one who says I went too far. Unfortunately, Sister Shirley, I'm going to need more than just one person to stop me on my mission. Hey, thank you, Mark. Thank you so much, Mark Boucher. Appreciate that, man. Shout out to you and Robin. In Utah, it's starting to get a little crisp this time of year, huh? Coming up on the end of November, so it's starting to get a little nippy out. Lori Ann says, choked again on water. When will I learn? I don't know, Lori Ann. You've been with me for a long time. You know, at any time that can happen. So that's on you. That's on you. Rachel says she needed a laugh. Well, there you go. Hopefully that won't be the only ones I have for you today. Melanie Mitchell says, I need more laugh. I had a rough week. All right, hey, I'll do what I can. Kevin McKinnon, what's up? Good to see you. It's going great. How are you? Flowers Mama says, I know it's off topic. Ben Shapiro just posted an interview with Thomas Sowell. He's 93, as sharp as a tack. Definitely worth a listen. No, it's Thomas Sowell is never off topic. That dude's amazing. I only wish he was 50 years younger so he could run for president. A young Thomas Sowell, 40, 50 years old. You know, he got some life experience, still has some youth. That'd be great. That's what this country needs. Kevin says it's a bit warm in H-Town. Well, you know, Texas and the South, you guys got crazy shit going on down there. All the way down to Florida. It'd be like Christmas morning is 85 degrees. That's a whole different beast down there. That's a horse of a different color when it comes to that southern weather. I don't know. You don't know where that shit's going to go. But a place like Utah, you best believe in the wintertime, it's going to be cold. Careless, very true. Thomas Sowell, the GOAT. I learned a lot from Thomas Sowell. I got a lot of truth from Thomas Sowell. This notion that Black folks were only slaves. This notion that Black people are their experience is unique in America. That was a lie. He was born and raised in New York in I think it was the Bronx, I want to say. And back when he was a kid, there wasn't violence and sirens and gunshots off in the distance all the time. He tells you the real history of America. And there's footage of him I've seen as far back as the 70s where he's going on different TV shows and platforms back then and telling people the truth. Talking to these guilt-ridden white liberals who think, no, black people just they're misunderstood. They need a hand up from the government. He's saying, no, they don't. No, they don't. If you look at the numbers, and at that time, 20, 30 years before, into the 40s and 50s, black folks were doing great. So it's not like we've always been downtrodden and had it bad in this country. And any bad times we've had in this country, aside from slavery and Jim Crow, self-inflicted. The breakdown of the nuclear family, the condition that it's in now, that's all our fault. So Thomas Sowell is a national treasure. Was it Harlem? Poem Paget, was it Harlem? It was Harlem or the Bronx. It could have been Harlem. But he grew up in New York, where if he grew up there now, it's filthy and violent. But back then it wasn't, because black folks had nuclear families, jobs, businesses. And yeah, Thomas Sowell, anything you can get your hands on, any of his writings, any of his interviews, I say consume it all. Because he's a great American. Never mind his color. It doesn't matter that he's black. What he's saying is profound truth that everybody should hear. But since we were talking about Gavin Newsom giving a beach to the president of China, Mr. Xi Jinping, work the balls, Gavin, work the balls. I told you, don't forget about the testicle. Yeah, you good. You swallow shaft and everything, but I need you to play with balls. I like to play with the testicle. Thank you. Thank you, Gavin. You're telling me you're not good at a lot of things, but you're good at sucking dick, Gavin Newsom, and putting kilos of fentanyl on your asshole. You're very good at that too. Let's find the footage, the footage of Gavin Newsom Sloppy Joe giving his blessing to Gavin Newsom. Here it is. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I know where I gotta go. Might be. I know where I gotta go. To the link. There it is. And then the link will have the video. Come on. Oh, look, another lady accused Bill Cosby of drugging her in fucking 1972. Shut up. If you ain't said shit by now, shut up. Because it wasn't that damn bad if you can sit on it for 50 years. And you went back to his house fucking 7 times. Shut up. I hear that bullshit. Bitch, you're 90 and you finally saying something? Stupid. All right, just waiting for this shit to load up. I found it. Yeah, he's one hell of a... where am I? Who am I? Gwen Stefani, you hugging Gavin Newsom, bitch? Damn, Gwen, you're one of them? Okay. Let me share the screen with you so you can see it yourself. Damn it, Gwen Stefani. You hate to see somebody you're a fan of end up on the list, you know? Here we go.
I want to talk about Governor Newsom. I want to thank him. He's been one hell of a governor, man. Matter of fact, he could do anything you want. He could have the job I'm looking for. I want to talk about Governor Newsom. I want to thank him. He's been one hell of a governor, man. Matter of fact, he could do anything you want. He could have the job I'm looking for.
There it is, Gavin. Gavin. He's I'm gonna take your job, you old fucker. No, you won't. Who are you anyway? Look at this fucking mess. That's the devil right there. Sell me your soul, Joseph. See these horns? You can almost see the horns, can't you? There's the horns right there. He's Satan's personal assistant. He's following Satan down the hall. Sir, you have an 11 o'clock to kill a bunch of kids in Venezuela. And don't forget, you have to spread another pandemic across the world at noon.
Oh, Gavin, where would I be without your help, Gavin? You're the best assistant I've ever had.
Look at that shit. He just shit his pants. And what's with the ball sack chin? That's a scrotum. What's up with that scrotal chin now? Is it sliding off of his skull? Is that new face that they got off of a cadaver sliding off of his skull finally? Damn it, Gwen. Yeah, he's like, you're a little old for my taste, but I'll sniff the nape of your neck. These liver spots. I never want to see my leader with liver spots. Hey! And look, this must be a picture from Pride Month. You see the little alphabet soup group rag. You see a little rainbow colors there. Gays for Gavin. Trust me, he's been in a bathhouse or two. I was there. I was at the bathhouse, and I bent over to pick something up, and then I'm like, oh, what's all this hot stuff on my back? And I turn around, there's Gavin. He's like, whoopsie doodle. Thought you were somebody else. What's all that hot stuff on my back, Gavin? It's a hot. Feels like it's about 98.6. First chance I get, I'm shoving you down a flight of stairs, you old motherfucker. Yeah, whatever, Junior. Point me to the young hair and the fresh ice cream. Sorry, that was totally unprofessional, and I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have spoken those words. Yeah, Lorianne says, Blake's tripping. Yeah, he's a country singer, man. You ain't supposed to put on no bullshit like that, or you a dadgum country singer. Ooh, Careless, good question. He says, who's more sinister, Gavin Newsom or Chuck Schumer? They both look very devilish, don't they? They both have the way their smile goes up in the corner of their lips and their eyes, their beady eyes. Weapon X. Imagine a conversation between Bill Cosby and Joe Biden. I wonder what they would talk about. I wonder. Hey, Bill, I bet you I've sniffed more children's heads than women you've drugged. Nah, I don't know about that, Joe. Nah, my pudding pop. Nah. I like a pudding pop too, but mine is different. Yours is made of fudge. Mine, I just put it in my butt and it comes out with fudge on it. Yeah! There you go. You heard it. You saw it. Matt says, why was Will Smith crying at the bottom? Mads, Will Smith is always crying. He's always fucking crying. All that money, all that prestige, and you have no respect at home. And your wife pegs you 3 days a week. There's nothing you can do about it because for some reason you can't fight her off. Shit. Florida budget builds says, I came here at a weird time. You sure did. But you're here now, so fuck it. Fuck it. You should have been here when I was talking about Gavin Newsom blowing Xi Jinping. That was a crazy time too. Faithless says, Will should have come out of the closet years ago. He did, or he did. He should have, but I think the powers that be didn't want him to. That's what I think. Daniel says, I thought Will Smith was crying because he is the bottom. I'm sure he cried at first, but it probably don't hurt anymore. Will Smith can probably check his phone while Jada's just fucking. You don't even feel it anymore. Florida budget bills, you should be sorry you missed that because it was disgusting and fun. Good time. You can always rewind it. And always rewind. Oh, stupid New York. Stupid fucking New York. Over here. NYC. What? You guys, as of 1 hour ago. Ooh, which one do I pick? Man, it was like 3 of them. One of them says New York City Department of Probation cuts program for at-risk youth. Protesters rally against New York City budget cuts outside City Hall, or NYC Mayor Adams reveals budget cuts will slash 4,000 police jobs. Ooh, which one to pick? Which one to pick? And then the feds just confiscate his phones and shit due to some election fraud, campaign fraud investigation. Good job, man. Good job, New York. Groups protested outside City Hall on Friday after Mayor Eric Adams unveiled the first round. Oh, there's multiple rounds. Hope you got a big old one of those bottles with the pump on it, like hand lotion. You better have one of those, but it's KY jelly. Keep it by your nightstand, New York City, because you're about to get fucked. Unveiled the first round of budget cuts that will impact every city agency. Community groups, elected officials, and unions are asking the New York City Council to block the 5% cuts across the board. Specifically, they're against cuts to education, childcare, city, CUNY, it's this college, New York, some bullshit like the college is paid for by the city, libraries, housing, and social services. But will they cut services to the illegals? Of course not. Your kids are going to go to their after-school program. Is going to be a chain on the door. Mrs. Johnson? Mrs. Johnson, are you in there? We have to finish our art project. Nope. Community center's been closed, you little snot-nosed shit. Now go back home to the ghetto. And while you're sitting there having to go back to the hood because you no longer have your reprieve, you can no longer go to the community center and nurture that little artist inside of you, that little entrepreneur, that little lawyer, that little doctor, that little engineer inside of you. But the illegals will still be over there eating arroz con pollo, playing soccer on the fields, getting their backs. How's that? Show me your troubled spot, Mr. Illegal. Oh, I love your massage. They're going to be playing PlayStation, calling their people back home for free, getting their 24-hour snacks and tea and their fluff and fold service, playing on a soccer field that you can't play on, but they can. Fuck you, New York. There's a $7 billion budget gap, and Adams has said the cuts are necessary in part to the cost of the asylum seeker crisis and reduction in federal COVID aid. COVID schmovid. I thought we were over that. Remember last year at the Detroit Auto Show, Sloppy Joe told the 60 Minutes reporter, COVID's over. Jill, I made a stinky. We should not be balancing the budget on the backs of the poorest New Yorkers, said Wayne Ho, president and CEO of the Chinese American Planning Council. That sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. But the Chinese American Planning Council, what does that mean? What are you planning? Sanitation, schools, and the NYPD will all feel the pinch. The United Federation of Teachers said 43% of the school system would be hit with mid-year budget cuts. Public schools, teachers. Oh, why am I thinking of that? Oh, yeah. The beginning of the school year, they just injected 20,000 asylum seekers, children, into the public school system. So let's cut the teachers. Michael Mulgrew, president of the Teachers Union, blasted Adams and said none of the cuts make sense because tax revenues are up and the city's economy is rebounding. We need to hold the mayor and the budget director accountable, said Mulgrew. I know that the legislature and the governor for the past 2 years has sent every single nickel and dime per pupil with foundation and aid funding for schools. There is zero reason why there should be a dollar cut from our New York City public schools. We did our job in the state and Senate. You didn't account for 130,000 motherfuckers just dropped in the city, huh? You should have. You asked them to come here. The Department of Education said there would be a $120 million cut to pre-K and 3 to K program. What's 3 to K? I don't know. $120 million, though. Gone. Why, at this moment of fiscal crisis, would we be starving our child care system, which not only takes care of our babies, but boosts our economy, said Amshula J. Aram. Amshula J. Aram with the Alliance for Quality Education. Brooklyn Councilman Justin Brannon, head of the City Council Finance Committee, said lawmakers would work hard to find ways to roll back the cuts and hold oversight hearings on the city's reliance on expensive hotels to house migrants. Adams is calling on the state and federal government to provide more assistance. Expensive hotels to house migrants? Why in the fuck are you housing them in expensive hotels? Why are you housing them at all? What's more expensive? I want you guys to put your budget caps on, okay? You tell me what would be more expensive, sending these motherfuckers back or putting them up in expensive hotels and feeding them and housing them for months. What's probably going to be cheaper? You tell me. I'll wait in the comments. What would be cheaper? Sending them back or leaving them here and taking care of them? Nitro fan says sending them back. Agree? I think I agree with that. I think sending them home would be better. I've said this before. Hollow out. Or you don't even need to hollow out. Just get one of those C-17s. They fly our troops overseas to fight in one of those. They get on those uncomfortable flights and try to find comfort leaning on their rucksacks and their duffel bags. Why not take one of those C-17 cargo planes, jam it full of illegals, and send them home? Just back and forth. An army of like decommissioned Greyhound buses, some old school buses. Old school bus was good enough for Richard Pryor and busting loose. So why not take those old school buses and fill them with illegals? Back and forth. You have them out of here in no time. Authentic Kennedy. Thank you very much. You're always thinking. She says, have this live also playing in my husband's Tesla to get the viewer and like count up. Let's go. Thank you. Put this on as many devices as you have. Phones, TVs, Teslas, whatever you got. Get me on. Help me out. Help my numbers go up. Just like Miss Authentically Kennedy. And her baby that's on the way. Congratulations to you. Kennedy, I want you to have my live stream. Let me know the day you go in to have your baby and have the live stream playing in the hospital. I'll shout you out. Give me a shout out. You guys are great. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Now, how many New Yorkers want to grab Mayor Eric Adams and do this? I'm not saying you should, but how many of you want to? It's understandable. It's understandable. Like, hey, you dumbass. You asked for these idiots to come here. Now you want us to tighten our fucking belts to pay for them? Yes. That's exactly what they want. You know why? Because that's what you're going to do. Because you guys are Democrat dumbasses, and the only thing you know how to do is fuck things up. When he got interviewed for the job, so Eric Adams, what's your greatest asset that you're going to bring to the city of New York? He says, well, I know how to fuck shit up. Island Anderson, thank you for the $5. She's just tuned in all late. Happy Friday, JG and the Greenhouse fam. Hey, it's okay. The important thing, Miss Anderson, is that you are here now. All that other stuff is agua under the bridge. Don't worry about that. Hey, got to get this out to people. Authentically Kennedy says, does anyone know where I can find a Trump 2024 onesie? I'm trying to trigger my family on Christmas. LOL. Ooh, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I have a neighbor, and he's married to a woman of color. And I asked him, I said, damn, Thanksgiving's already coming up next week, man. You got plans? And he was like, yeah, I'm going to go to my wife's family's house and listen to her mom talk about white people. I was like, are you fucking serious, dog? Are you serious? You got to put up with that shit? I would put up with it. Hells no. Guess where we would not be going for Thanksgiving? But that's bullshit, man. That's racism. That's straight up racism, man. Fuck that. I feel bad for people. And another neighbor of mine, he was like, man, I'm just gonna be there staring off into the distance because I don't even want to go, but I'm gonna go. That sucks, man. I feel for people who have shitty holiday get-togethers because my holiday get-togethers are always great. Family got along, great food. No one like talked crazy. Like sometimes, I remember a couple times my mom and my aunt kind of going back and forth, about political stuff, but it never got to the point where like anybody got pissed off or anything like that. And pretty soon my aunt was going to be into her second fifth of Hennessy, so she wasn't up for much conversation after that anyway. But I do remember them kind of going back and forth because like I've said before, I've always been conservative. My parents have always been like that. I never fell for the banana in the tailpipe, for the blue banana in the tailpipe. But I'm so glad I never had that. I never had a bad holiday. I never had like somebody show up where you're like, oh fuck. Like all my holidays have been good. So those of you who don't have that, and there are people that you have to, you have to see them because it's family. Sorry to hear that. I feel for you. The Michigander. Thank you for the Hamilton. Do you think it's possible that all these crazy politicians allow chaos and house illegals in the big cities because they want Americans to move out? Why else would this keep happening? I don't know if they want us to leave. I think they want us to stay. They want us to stay and be cogs in their machine. They want us to stay and be mindless dum-dums suckling from the veiny, engorged federal teat of their funds. They love to have us around as long as we fell in line and became, their indentured servants and they're part of their permanent slave voting class. That's what they want. But they're bringing those illegals in to do that, to be that permanent voting class. I let you come here. I gave you free shit. Now you vote for me forever. And they'll have their slave class. They'll have people cleaning their houses and working in their restaurants and stuff in their businesses for pennies on the dollar. That's what they want. That's why they're allowing them to flood into and invade our country. Now, could there be a Red Dawn takeover fight in the streets? bloody showdown between their imported troops and us patriotic Americans. Hey, anything's possible. Again, the era of the tinfoil hat is gone. So is that possible? Yeah. Do they want us to shoot it out in the streets with these fuckers? Maybe. It depends how much of a nuisance we become to them. It depends on how hard it is for them to make us fall in line. Is that their final solution, and will they deploy it? Yeah. Anything's possible. Kennedy says she also found a onesie that says hiding from Biden. Either one, you're going to set them off. Either one is a win. So yeah, man. We'll see. Let's see. Lactanin says also machines. Oh, hold on a second. I think I missed. There you go. Says you don't need votes, just ballots and those who count them. Exactly, but they can't rely 100% on cheating. And what if you have a bunch of people who are voting to where you don't need people, you don't need nefarious types to count them because the votes are what you want them to be? You might not have to do that in so many instances if you have people who are casting the right vote. DJ John T says, but you let China invade California. I didn't. Gavin, bang your wife Newsom in that worthless booch up in San Francisco, Mayor London Breed. Those fuckers did it. And all those blue-haired butt diddlers up in San Francisco, they did that shit. They let that piece of shit come in here and have Chinese flags lining the streets. Are we still in America? Telling you guys, if I became King Jericho, I'd have this shit cleaned up in about a week. Give me a week. No, give me a month. America's big. Give me a month. I'll start another prison colony. It'll be a homeless colony. Either you get off the streets and clean your shit up, or you're off to the island. And we could do a Catalina Island or something like that. Was it Seal Island or some shit? Because up in Northern California, you have what's called the Red Triangle. And it's where the seals breed and stuff. So that's where you have a lot of the great white sharks. They show up to eat the seals who have to get in the water to go get food to feed their babies, to make milk to feed their babies. So I would put the island somewhere like that to where there's natural security. There's natural patrols in the water to keep people. Yeah, Aaron M, something like Alcatraz, but a little more shark infested. And it has to be bigger because there's a ton of homeless who I'm sure wouldn't get in line with the program, but something's got to give. You know, drastic times call for drastic measures. I saw a video yesterday. I think it was called Gardenia Towers. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was these apartment complexes in Oakland. It was in Oakland or San Francisco. It was in San Francisco. And I believe it's called Gardenia Towers. I don't even know if they're still there, but it was from 1994, the video was. And it was these towers, and it was these ghetto-ass apartments, and there was drug dealing and killing. And so they hired a guy, the city hired a guy who came in there, and he put boots on the ground. He brought the police there in force to wrangle these hooligans, these thugs, these monsters, arrest them and get the fuck out of there. So then you have this group of people. I don't know if they were like the apartment committee or some shit, but they're walking through this playground and the kids are playing. They had a baseball team that won like the state championship. Kids are outside playing in the park and on the swing and basketball and football and all this shit the kids are allowed to play. And they said before they came in here and cleaned shit up, this is where the drug dealers would be. This is where the shootouts were. The kids couldn't play down here because it was the Wild Wild West, and you had warring gangs shooting it out down here. Now the kids are playing here. So there comes a point where you have to take drastic measures to change shit because the problem's too far gone. So you either get with the program, get in a program, clean your shit up, or you're gone. You're going off to homeless island or whatever the fuck we're going to call it. That's where you're going. And every month, if you want to come back here and join society, there'll be one ferry that leaves the island to bring you back. But if you fuck up, guess where you're going? We can't have this. Now, if you want to live off the grid and you want to be some kind of granola-headed dirt fucker who's not connected, man, and you want to live up in the mountains and shit and trap stuff and live in the wilderness, I don't care. But you will not be some drug-addled psychopath that I have to step over or be nervous about walking past. That won't happen. We're not going to have filth and trash and squalor and human feces on the streets. We can't have that. So, you say goodbye to your drug days or stay with them, but you will not be here. We will drop you off on homeless island or unhoused island, however you're supposed to say it. Thomas Bailey, South Africa's Seal Island would be a good idea. Well, we have our own. We have one off in the Red Triangle. It goes like up to San Francisco and then out somewhere else and then back to the coast. But you don't want to fuck around up there. You don't want to be catching no gnarly waves there, dude. I don't know. It's just an idea. It's one of the many things I would do to fix America if I were King Jericho. Well, guys, I got to get going. The kids are home from school, homework. Junior has some math homework we got to help with. Mama Flower says Kingdom of Jericho Green. I'm all for it. It would be a beautiful place. It would be a beautiful, safe, clean, prosperous place. We would return to our rightful throne as king of the world. Okay, Jim Jones, who looks like he's from the area or was, says, could see the towers from my room window, saw flashes and heard gunfiring all the time at night. Yeah, man, it was, I never heard of it, but man, seeing that documentary was crazy. So if the kids weren't weren't outside playing, what were they doing? They just pent up in their house because they didn't want to get shot. It was like a jungle. It was a wild, wild west. And somebody came in there, started kicking names and taking ass, and they cleaned it up. Oh, Jim Jones says it's by where the Cow Palace is. Okay, that's old school right there, the Cow Palace. I think the Warriors used to play there too, right? Maybe even the Raiders. But yeah, man, that's what it takes. It takes somebody to come in, and I don't want to hear it. It's like when you're a dad. Oh, that's Rad TV. Says Jericho, do you watch Mr. Beast? No, but I've definitely heard of him. People were giving him shit for putting in wells in villages in Africa. Like, what the fuck are you complaining about? He's helping people. You put any water wells over there? No, shut your ass up. But it's called, Daniel, it's called the Cow Palace. Like, moo, Cow Palace. Yes. But it's like when you're a parent, when you're a dad, and you hear, like, my wife, she'll call me and she'll go, babe, that's it. When dad comes in, if mom has been dealing with the kids and they don't seem to want to go along with the program, and you call dad into the room, dad is not there for negotiation. Dad is not there to go back and forth. He is not there to hear you plead your case. Mom is the negotiator. Mom is the one on the bullhorn outside trying to get you to come out peacefully, but you didn't want to. So when dad comes in, it's flash bangs. I kick the door in, throw a flashbang in there, and start pulling kids out. That's what it gets to. That's what it gets to in some of these situations. No more negotiation. No more second chances. No more of these people being held hostage in their own building. That's enough. You motherfuckers are coming with me. What did RoboCop say? Dead or alive, you're coming with me. That's it. All right, guys. What a wonderful show. Thank you very much. Jim Jones has some very fond memories of the Cow Palace. He said the annual exotic erotic ball, the Cow Palace. Oh, the classic cringe. I'm sure that was a wonderful sight. Yeah, Kennedy. She says when dad comes in, it's ass whoopings for everyone. whether you were the kid misbehaving or not. Everyone gets it. I have no time to discern. I didn't do this. He started it. That's not what I'm here for. I got an itch in my ass whooping arm, and it must be scratched. So stand by. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for those telling me it was a great show, great live. I appreciate it, Leilani and others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great show in part by you guys. You were great. I was great, which means we were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Oh, wait a minute. Don't go anywhere yet. Thought about something. So I got some great interviews coming up on Green's House, my new YouTube channel. I've had some great ones up there already. I have more great ones coming. And I have an interview post-Thanksgiving that I can't even believe that I was able to nail this down. I cannot believe that this person got back to me to set this up. So this is great. I am happier than a pig in shit that I was able to lock down this interview coming after Thanksgiving. So you guys make sure you pay attention to that. Get over to Green's House, like, subscribe, and share. Same with Stop the Fuckery. Same with any of my videos here. I appreciate you guys. So where were we? Oh, yes. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. Make sure you hit the link to subscribe and like and share on my other channels. And make sure you hit the Teespring link to get you some merch. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.